What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. As you can see, I'm parked out here at the park, and I wanted to take a break to cut some videos. I've been on base all evening and going into today. So if I sound a little wore down, it's just because I didn't get great sleep. That said, emissions cases, what's happening with them? They're getting dismissed. And this isn't coming from, because I know I get pegged with this. You guys be like, oh, you're just citing Newsmax or Fox News. No, I'm not. This one, ladies and gentlemen, is from CBS. I don't think they're the most conservative outlet. All right, CBS News. So we're going to get into all that and more and what this means right after this. We're out in the M5 today, guys, and I've talked about this sponsor before, and I got to talk about it again. It's important. So just want to give you a quick word from our video sponsor, Delete Me. You know, your personal info is way more exposed than you think. I didn't realize how bad it was until someone brought up an address that I haven't lived in like 15 years, right? That's not a coincidence. It's what they call data brokers. So there are these companies out there that collect all of your personal information, and they sell your personal info, name, phone number, old addresses, even your family connections, acquaintances, things of that nature, and they pull it all from public records and random websites. Now, what's crazy about this is they bundle it into like a dossier or a profile, and then they sell it to anyone willing to pay for it. Scammers love this stuff because it allows them to try to prove that they're you, to take over accounts and all kinds of other stuff. Now, I'm not interested in making their job easier. Obviously not, right? So I use Delete Me. They go after these data broker sites and they get your information removed and keep monitoring it month after month because new listings can pop up all the time. So I want to show you real quick. This is my Delete Me report right here. I'm cut to over here so you guys can see it. You can see exactly where my data showed up, which is nowhere because they've been doing a hell of a job with my information. And it's already been taken down. So like, that's why it says 0 across the board, right? They saved me hours of me having to reach out and contact all of these places individually. And honestly, I wouldn't even know where to start if I had to do it on my own anyway. Bottom line, I don't want my personal details floating around on the internet, okay? That's how people show up at your house. That's how you have all kinds of, it's just not a fun time, okay? And this handles it for me. If you want to lock in and lock down your info, go to joindeleteme.com/TK Garage. That link will get you 20% off what the normal price is. And yes, the video is sponsored by Delete Me, and I use it myself. I've talked to you guys multiple times about all the different products that I do use. I only promote things that I actually use here on the channel. So there you have it. Go check it out. joindeleteme.com/TK's Garage. So major shout out to our sponsors, Delete Me, for sponsoring today's video. But let's go ahead and get into this. So Justice Department kills cases cracking down on auto emissions cheating. That's right. So this is dated January 22nd. It's today. Washington. The Justice Department on Wednesday ordered federal prosecutors to stop pursuing criminal charges and drop all, let me be very clear here, drop all pending cases targeting the sale of illicit defeat devices. Oh, remember? No. Remember, everybody, they're still prosecuting TK. You know what you're talking about. They're still prosecuting TK. They're going to send people to prison. They're going to... Shut up. Shut up. We told you so. We've been telling you so. Look, they're having to go through the framework and they're having to work through the rules that are there. And they're finding the legal loopholes that they need to shut all of this bullshit down. I've been telling you guys this for months. So anybody that's like, Oh, if I sell diesel defeat devices, they're going to prosecute me. No, they're not. Let me read this again for the retards in the back, okay? The Justice Department on Wednesday ordered federal prosecutors to stop. That means cease. Don't do it. You're not allowed to. Leave it alone. All right? Does that get through your thick skulls? All right? Pursuing criminal charges and drop all. That means, what was it, turn 21 or turn 13 or whatever? All of them. Every single case dealing with drop all pending cases targeting the sale of illicit defeat devices. That means EGR deletes. That means DEF deletes that are used to tamper with air pollution control systems in diesel-powered vehicles, according to a memo seen by CBS News. The edict, issued by Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, marks the first time that the Justice Department has formally taken steps to scale back environmental criminal enforcement since President Trump took office in January of 2025. In the memo, Blanche wrote that he was taking this step to ensure, quote, to ensure consistent and fair prosecution under the law, as well as to ensure the best use of department resources, unquote. Although the Trump administration took drastic steps through 2025 to roll back environmental rules targeting greenhouse gas emissions, many of those actions focused on regulations or civil enforcement, as opposed to criminal environmental enforcement. In justifying the decision, Blanche cited new and untested legal theories that run counter to conclusions reached by both career federal prosecutors and attorneys for the EPA. According to internal government records reviewed by CBS and multiple sources familiar with the matter, the theory posits that violations could not be prosecuted as crimes under the Clean Air Act, but only could be pursued as civil offenses. And people have been saying this shit for 15 years. 4 years. A Justice Department spokesman, when asked for comment on the memo, pointed to a social media post made late Wednesday afternoon. It said the department was exercising its enforcement discretion to no longer pursue. Let me say this again for you dumbasses in the back that say people are going to get prosecuted for deleting diesel trucks, okay? Let me just say it one more time. Listen closely. It said the department was exercising its enforcement discretion to no longer pursue criminal charges of the Clean Air Act based on allegations of tampering with the software associated with emissions control devices. Blanche's memo comes several months after Mr. Trump in November pardoned Troy Lake, a Wyoming-based diesel mechanic who served 7 months in federal prison for conspiring to violate the Clean Air Act by disabling emission control devices inside diesel trucks. Can you just imagine that? You take away somebody's freedom for fucking with a car? Are you serious right now? The pardon came at the urging of Wyoming Republican Senator Cynthia Lummis, who alleged that the Lake case represented an example of a weaponized prosecution by the Biden administration. She did not cite any evidence of the claim, but the president did issue the pardon. Lummis also championed legislation that would strip the EPA's ability to regulate air pollution rules for vehicle emissions and ban the federal government from forcing auto manufacturers to install these emission systems in the first place. Blanche's order could potentially impact more than a dozen pending criminal cases across the country targeting companies and individuals who allegedly sold market emission defeat devices, as well as more than 20 ongoing investigations, according to two sources familiar with the matter. No, it's not going to. It's done. The memo is clear. The Department of Justice said to cease, desist, stop. They're no longer prosecuting diesel delete cases. It's over. It is over. And I told you so. Not just me. Truckmaster told you so. There's like so many of us that are pro-diesel guys that have been telling you this shit for months, and y'all all said that we were wrong. It was never going to happen. They won't do it. Well, you're wrong. I told you so. They did it. In order to comply with, so the Clean Air Act requires the EPA to regulate air pollution levels generated by vehicles. In order to comply with those rules, auto manufacturers are required to install these emission control systems to reduce level of pollutants and, nitrous oxides and carbon monoxides. It's unlawful to tamper with those systems, but there's a robust black market for aftermarket emission defeat devices because deleting or tuning them can help boost horsepower, improve mileage, and make vehicles more reliable. Huh? You mean you could use less fuel, which is better for the environment. You mean the truck would be more reliable, which is better for the environment? No. Historically, the EPA and the Justice Department has focused on defeat devices used in diesel vehicles because of their great pollutant levels they cause. The Justice Department's most high-profile Clean Air Act criminal case related to emissions cheating by Volkswagen. If I was Volkswagen, I'm reaching out to go, hey, yo, can I get some of that money back? Can I get some of those billions of dollars back since we're not pursuing this shit anymore? If I was, I don't follow this channel as much as I probably should, but there's a guy out there, just a local mom and pop shop, a local guy who helps out people with tuning and doing other stuff legally now. But they went after him, Double R Diesel. They went after Double R Diesel. They've gone after so many different, they went after Diesel Dave. I mean, they went after Heavy D Spark. Look, what I'm saying is, I'm happy that this shit is coming to an end. Because, so look, does it mean right now, if you want to delete your diesel truck, that you can do it? I'm going to say something controversial. Yes, you can delete the fuck out of your truck. And let me be very clear with you, the government is going to do nothing. It's in the memo. Don't take my word for it. Go read the shit for yourself. They are stopping all prosecutions to do anything with diesel deletes. I told you so. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends. Whoopee!